Dr. Ali, thank you very much for sharing your expertise with The Source once again. We turn now to Niagara Centre MP Vance Badawey to get some government perspective on the fight against COVID-19. Canada lagging behind right now a number of other countries. I believe we're in the mid-30s when it comes to the number of people that have been vaccinated by percentage. Why are we lagging so far behind, Vance?
We've had contracts signed since last July, June, July, and of course those two that people know of that are most prominent in the news is Pfizer and Moderna. When we got into the fourth quarter this year, we were expecting our shipments to come in as scheduled, but it didn't. And of course, Pfizer ended up having a backlog. They were retooling one of their plants, and to make up for the production time lines that they were expected to deliver on. And with that, we got about 1.2 million out in the first quarter of this year between Pfizer and Moderna, and we're expecting another 6 million between now and the end of March, and another 20 million between April and June, and then of course 70 million by the time September rolls around, which will inoculate most Canadians. We are on schedule. However, we would have liked to have got them out quicker, but it's, to some extent, it's out of our hands. We're depending on suppliers to meet the time frames that we expected them to meet, and they didn't. So, having said all that, we've just found out this past week that they're going to double their shipments coming into this week. So again, we should be back on track and getting people inoculated, and of course be on track between now and the second quarter, third quarter, and of course by September having the majority of Canadians inoculated.
It's been a lot of good news, bad news. So you talk about what's coming this week. We understand that up to 400,000 Pfizer doses are on their way this week, which would be the biggest single shipment of the Pfizer-BioNTech doses, I should say. But February 22nd, the Moderna vaccine is going to be only about 2/3, 168,000 of what was originally promised. And we keep on running into those issues.
The one bright side of it is that we have a lot in the hopper as well with Health Canada. So as other vaccines are coming online with respect to Health Canada giving it the green light, or them the green light, and of course that will top us up as well. So, you're right. It is a good news, bad news, and we're on a roller coaster right now, unfortunately. And we're doing, Minister Anand is doing a fantastic job. The Prime Minister is doing a great job, just doing the best they can trying to get these things into Canada. But again, we're at the mercy of the suppliers, and hopefully they'll keep the timelines.
The rollout of these vaccines depends on the shipment of the 72 million low dead volume syringes. Where are we on that shipment?
It's on schedule. Everything's on schedule, and we're not forgetting about other areas too, Mike. With PPE, with rapid tests. Those are all being delivered. We would have liked to see the rapid tests be used more by the provinces, because we understand there's a lot sitting in warehouses, including here in Ontario. However, we're trying to promote and encourage through the Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Tam, and others that these rapid tests be used more widely, not just in obvious areas, but every area with businesses and schools, et cetera. So our strategy is to have the majority of Canadians with a shot in their arm by September, and we're on schedule for that.
With the federal budget coming soon and other issues, these issues with the virus, are you feeling, I guess, pressure at the federal government level that there may be a call for an election in the near future?
Bottom line is we don't want an election. We have too much work to do when it comes to protecting Canadians, the health and safety, and of course with that, trying to ensure that businesses keep their nose above water as best they can with the programs that we've rolled out, but also working toward post-COVID as well, ensuring that we have our economic strategies in place, and it's not just economic strategies with respect to a broader national strategy, but it's also us as MPs ensuring that we locally work with our partners and municipalities, different parts of the business community, and as well as organizations and other stakeholders to ensure that we have our individual strategies in place. We do here in Niagara. We've been working on a Great Lakes strategy with respect to what I call triple bottom line: economic, environment, and social. And from the economic side, we've established a trade corridor, primarily between Thorold, Welland, and Port Colborne. It's got legs. Thorold is now announcing a few businesses, projects, new jobs in Thorold. Welland, we're getting lands ready, new lands ready along the canal for additional industrial lands on both sides of the canal. And in Port Colborne, we're working on the same thing, more robust port activity on the port lands that we call them employment lands, again, more jobs. And as well, we're working on an innovation and labor center on lands that would abut the beach as well as the lake and the canal. That will bring more research, science, and development about the Great Lakes in partnership with Niagara College and other institutions such as them, as well as working with other organizations to bring more labor training in as it relates to our strengths, whether it be port-related activities, marine-related activities, transportation in general.